television for EJ here in 2024. Some bad shots, some bad breaks, some missed spares. He's only won one match on television this season. Today, to capture title number 22, he'll have to win 4 matches.
Can Tackett find his groove on this stage? Let's revisit the stepladder here. EJ Tackett qualifies to the Final 5 as the wild card, as the highest seeded player to lose in the quarterfinals. They went with 3 6-game qualifying rounds, 18 total games to cut to the top 24 for bracket match play, then a round of 24 between seeds 9 to 24, a round of 16, and then we got to 1 through 8.
Nice opening shot by EJ Tackett, and look how deep he is already into the 25th board.
A huge following.
Oh,
Tim
we're here.
defeated Nate Stubler in the round of 8.
What a story this guy is. No. Slinging 7-4, Tim Foy to start. What a nice opening shot for this correctional officer. John, I'll let you dive into that a little bit more as we move along in this match.
Next best job at the prison. And he really has loved the job. He said it's a misunderstood occupation. And he told us, once you've seen all that he's seen in his career as a correctional officer, this is nothing. This stage, there's no stress here.
Yeah, I was like, well, he said it's different type of pressure, but he likes this kind of pressure.
Tackett opens with a double. Sharp start for the reigning PBA Player of the Year. Meanwhile, Tim Foy has a great connection with Parker Bone. He was his ball boy back in an event in the late 90s.
Oh, yeah. Oh! With bad intentions, the messenger comes by and swings at the 10.
So let's flash back to the 1997
Whoa.
PBA Brentwood Classic.
Is that Parker?
You bet it is. And how about that head of
That's
hair?
awesome. Look at Tim and that hair.
It's Caddy.
It's so cool.
Stayed close ever since.
Sorry, Tim.
Focus. Good shot.
That'll work. Making his second career TV appearance, the other being in 2021 at the Players' Championship East Region Finals. He lost to Chris Five,
Shot, Timmy.
who bowled a 300.
Favorite, the Primal Shock. Well, one of his favorites. He likes that Venom Shock a lot, too.
It's easy to see why it's one of his favorites, because he's been perfect thus far, and you were bringing up the shot clock. Players have 25 seconds from the time they touch their ball to begin their delivery. To replicate Anthony Simonson, who ran the stepladder 2 weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness. You know, we're going to show it, or possibly show that spare in the 9th frame that he missed, where it was and take the lead right here halfway through.
He does just that.
Hey, let's go down to the floor and talk to Parker Bone III. Hey, Hall of Famer John Fanta, Randy Peterson up in the booth. Tell us a little bit about your special relationship with Tim.
Well, I've known Timmy for a long, long time. Obviously, I grew up with his dad. But one of our tour stops there out in California, he was living close by and came along. And, well, fortunately for me, he was my caddy that whole week. And I was victorious, and I'm going to hope today that just me sitting back here, a little giant roll reversal, he can be victorious.
4 in a row for Foy. Messenger. Spares. Tackett out of the break with a strike. We get new pictures every week. A cutie.
Not again.
Yep.
Same trash on that same lane. Back-to-back ring 10s for E.J. Tackett, 5th and 7th.
But he said everything on TV goes quicker. And conversely, Tim Foy told us, look, he wishes that every event was inside this center. He's so comfortable here. And he said, if I bowl 10 really good shots, I know I can beat anybody.
I mean, this is bowling at its highest level. He's ready for it. And the first shot that we've seen go light from either of the two players.
Foy with a big response.
Beauty. You see that graphic there, E.J. Tackett. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
2-4-6-7 split.
My, oh my. What a conversion to keep himself in it. E.J. Tackett throws it hard with loft to keep it on line, cuts the 3 into the 4. And the 3 takes out the 7 as well.
Is that shot the type of shot that can totally swing this day for him?
Yeah, and having bad carry won't help him at all. And it's 3 consecutive shots on the left lane that he's aced, and all he has to show for it is 9 spare, 9 spare, and a possible 9 spare here if he converts the 7-pin.
9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare on the left. The last 3. And so Tim Foy, a corrections officer. Foy delivers.
I mean, to throw a shot like that, after all that. Pretty incredible.
Tim Foy. Big time! Well, oh, will the 7 give? Didn't take the Sunday lunch invite.
Well, let me just say it's a good thing that didn't happen on his first shot.
Yeah, I'd say. You're all good, Tim. He said, how many? You're all good.
Good luck.
Just a test shot.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to throw that one. That thing stood up pretty quick.
Love you, man. I'm a big fan. Thank you. Big fan, bro.
And when you can say that to E.J. Tackett and say that you've beaten E.J. Tackett. So how's this for you, Tim Foy? Your second ever national telecast?
Shots 4. Let's move. It's half a game.
You beat E.J. Tackett, now you have to face Bill O'Neill. On that left lane. Foy.
A couple of 2-4-10 combinations on that left lane. And interesting that he said the left lane hooks more. We know that from match number 1.
10.
As he switches to a urethane bowling ball to shoot his 10-pin.
He defeated Chris Vi 4-0. in the round of 16. Then Don Barrett 4-2 in that matchup with Vi.
Arsenal, he's going with the theorem. Oh, trip 4, baby. Oh!
At the last moment it gave.
Yeah, it's like hit. Somebody said Bill's 42?
Yes, he is.
Does Bill know he's 42?
No.
Not good.
I mean, what a level he's performing at here in 2024.
Boy didn't like that.
2-pin all day.
Ended up facing Chris Vi, who bowled a 300. He flew all the way down to Florida to be on the receiving end of that.
I know, right?
That's tough.
He bowled nice, too. Could have shot 260. Yeah, there's that left lane starting to go. And next time up, Tim will make a move. I mean, his laydown on that left lane is...
Back to O'Neill, the 14-time champion. Players champion 2020 and 2024 this year, and the 10 hangs.
And the Newman family.
May Bob rest in peace. There it is for Bill O'Neill, a strike. In his final frame against Don Barrett.
Not to be a stickler, but...
You are a stickler. That's what makes you great.
Yeah, thanks, John. And something just stuck the 10-pin. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. And an open.
Travis further than it looked.
And so for Bill O'Neill, the door opens a little bit more there.
Yeah, for that ball not to come around the corner on the left lane, it has to be thrown poorly.
O'Neill sees the opening, takes advantage, and he's got control right now.
And, you know, we talk about Bill O'Neill's old school style, and right now he's playing the lanes old school. As we take a look at... I'm sorry, I know you're trying to get that in, and I was talking all over you, but I wanted to say something. Come on, 7, about how O'Neill's playing this oil pattern. We talk about his old school style, and he's playing this pattern kind of old school. We call it a hook set type of look. So watch his ball reaction, watch the ball start to come left, and then all of a sudden it kind of stops. You see that especially on the right lane.
Now, the difference between qualifying and then getting on TV. He said back in the day, he'd watch the legends, how they approached it. That's how he approached it. We'll talk about that experience coming up. Earned his way into the field this week through the pre-tournament qualifier and strikes out of the commercial.
Hey, we're going to go down to the floor and speak with PBA champion Mike Wolf, who is the tour rep for both players currently going at it right now. Mike Wolf, let's talk about old school Bill O'Neill. We talk about his style and the way he likes to play the lanes, but right now it looks like his ball motion is kind of old school, kind of a hook stop look.
Yeah, he's slowly going to, made a lot of good shots in there. He's going to slowly back his hand back into it. Kind of being nice at the bottom, but he's going to go ahead and catch the holes a little bit more in the last couple shots. Yeah, I think he felt like he didn't feel it all the way to the right. He kind of closed it down a little too much. He might have over-moved. But then that one looks like he got it to the right a little too quick.
And that would just be the overcompensation of the last shot on that lane, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably in the middle of a ball change to get something a little faster down lane to where he can open it up a little bit more.
Tim, what do you like about his game?
I mean, I think it's just real simple and compact for a two-handed style.
And another strike for Bill O'Neill, who's got the 22-pin lead.
Bracketed format because it's a 7-game match. No way! Wow.
Why? Why would you lose a game intentionally?
Game or two, but win the last 4 by 50 pins a game. And so what they do is they build a spot, they build some mistake area both right and left of target.
Foy's 8th. Hook.
Yep. said hook because it was a little late coming up the hill. And the result is that soft 10.
Really needs a strike and is not going to get it.
Trouble.
Double wood.
Call it the Rabbit Squad back in the day, pre-tournament qualifier. And earned his way to the telecast today.
O'Neal has picked up steam as this matchup has gone on. And Bill O'Neal's going to be moving on. That'll be enough. The real deal is moving on. Bill O'Neal seeking his second win of 2024. Family made it just in the nick of time, and now they're hoping for a championship Sunday afternoon. Coming up next, it's David Kroll gearing up to take on Bill O'Neal. Match number 3 is ahead. On that left lane, Bill O'Neal strikes to start match number 3.
He owns 3 PBA regional titles, Boog. David Kroll.
17th on the PBA points list this season. Top 15 finish at the Players' Championship, which O'Neal won.
Kind of standing in front of the bar return already on the right lane.
Look at that come around.
Look at that bender. I love his X handle too, at Booger Bowler. He did.
And back to back for Kroll, who told you he's in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. Well, he talked about the fact that he doesn't slide at all, and I asked him about the soles on his shoes, and he goes, yeah, he says, I got some traction. I said, like snow change? He goes, oh yeah, 4-wheel drive.
Same name as his dad, David. That's how she told him apart. O'Neal with back-to-back jacks. Randy, I got to ask you, in this day in the sport where everybody's talking about modernizing and power, speed, Bill continues to do it the traditional way. Tom Clark, the PBA commissioner, brought that up before, and that it can still be done the way Bill's doing it. How is he doing it?
Well, he has great touch, great timing, and he sees ball motion, and he understands what the lanes are giving him, and then he can create shapes. He knows what his equipment's going to do. He makes all the right decisions, and then he executes.
Didn't execute there. Wow. Yeah. That was all right. With 4 and 7.
I was like, oh, I thought that was pretty good, and went high.
Oh, don't do it.
It didn't do it. He's all right.
Yeah, he was looking at that urethane ball possibly backing up and chopping the 4 off the 7, but no problem there.
From Nixa, Missouri.
3-6-10.
Yeah, and that's because it was left. Young man, too. We got to speak with him this morning. And just a pleasant guy. Good cover.
Spring football is about to hit a whole new level. Tournament qualifier to make the main field.
Oh, my.
Fortunate.
I'm so sorry.
Apologizing for going Brooklyn. No player ever wants that to happen, but it's not like he's doing it on purpose.
The Just Right strike is brought to you by Just Bear. Look at that. O'Neal punches right back.
Look at that hook set shot. It's beautiful.
Wow.
looks over at the monitor to get his numbers off strike track, and O'Neal is scratching his head after this one. He liked it, and it still went high. Or they have to start lofting it just to get it to the right side of the head pin.
He liked it.
Yeah, so I don't know how much more room Bill has at the laydown trying to get that number.
Kroll with the re-rack. The 10.
Good shot, good shot.
Kroll did like it, though. In a winner-go-home Game 7 to earn this championship round appearance.
1 for 1.
Yeah, good point.
Good shot.
Boog, airborne.
There's one.
That was dirty Boog there. Dirty Boog.
Oh, God.
Hates it. That's why.
Oh, God, come on. Steep.
Here's David Kroll. That instantly cracks the door open.
It does.
Just going to ask you, where do we stand here? What's your thought process?
Well, I think Boog feels pretty good now in the left lane. He's just got to make a little bit better shot on the right and catch a double the next time he's up.
Oh.
And that's a big mistake for O'Neal.
And it came on the right.
That's why EJ's rev rate's higher than Bill O'Neal's.
Yeah, O'Neal needed that.
Yeah, that was a good one. You know, Bill O'Neal still has plenty of power, but when you try to compare these rev rates and you get this deep on the lane, Bill has to be much more precise for pin carry.
David Kroll with that loft, and the 10 stayed home.
Wow.
All right, good cover.
No. Oh, my goodness. At the last second, it said, I'll grab a bite.
Well,
As he caught some fortune.
yeah, very fortunate there. He got it inside a target and went high and still struck, but this is a great break this late in this game. O'Neal trailing by 13, working on a strike, can cut it to 3, but what a break right here for Boog.
Not as fortunate for Bill.
Man. 0 time to correct mistakes, and that's missed spare in the 7th frame.
Come on, make a good one.
Is daunting right now.
Strike.
Yeah, but I mean that's the difference with the 10 pin in the 8th frame. If he carries that hit, he has a three bagger and the lead. But yeah, you're talking about him and Svensson in the bracketed finals where O'Neal just chews up a piece of the lane for himself. Jesper's left-handed. He knows he's got it all to himself and uses that to his advantage to win that match. Another 10 pin. And look how wide that angle is getting on the right lane. So it's 3 consecutive 10 pins for Kroll on the right lane, but he also has 2 Brooklyns and 1 nosedive.
Sport giveth, the sport taketh away. You talked about those Brooklyns. As he goes to the left lane, let's look back.
So here's the first Brooklyn on that lane. Then he barely catches the headpin running away on this shot. And fortunate enough just to trip the 9 late. And then this one goes through the face and rolls the 3-pin forward.
8 years pro, now full time. This is Kroll's time.
Yeah. Wow.
He comes up with another fortunate strike on the left. Oh no.
That's a huge mistake.
That is a dream turned nightmare. An absolute nightmare.
So now O'Neal can go strike 9 spare. We have a tie.
Roll it. A massive mistake by Kroll.
If he would have gotten 8, he takes the tie out of the equation.
Here we go. The real deal.
Oh, hey, carried one.
It's to the final. Wow, the 10 wouldn't give.
It's not over.
Ended just before the worst part. We have a roll-off. Wow. Kroll electing to go first. On the right with that loft. It comes around, and this time for Kroll. He delivers.
And for Kroll, he's hoping it doesn't have to go another frame, because that means they would move to the left lane.
To strike to stay alive. David Kroll is moving on to the finals.
I'm so sorry for all this.
The satisfying moment.
The two-time Association of Sports Journalists Best Bowler in Finland, Tomas Kalka.
Well, he hasn't thrown a shot yet, and I've heard his name pronounced 12 different ways. And I'm not even going to try it. Good luck, Tomas.
But his start is strong. What do you see in his game?
I see a lot of moving parts, a very unorthodox two-handed style, something that's very unique, all to him.
10.
With no thumb in it.
Lot to ask. Covers. And full dash right over to the left.
All right.
Green in this sport.
That's more like it.
Yeah, and he's comfortable, and that shot's very telling for him, because it lets him know, hey, as long as I get it in the air and get it going right, I've got a chance to strike on the left lane. There you go, I got it in. That's got a hook. Oh, it hooked too much.
Season.
Everything you're saying is correct. He got drafted to the LAX for this season, and yeah, I mean, his first check.
Just a little side swipe touch.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was afraid of for him on that left lane. Going to fare on this. He's going to have to make some kind of equipment change, I would think, to get the ball down the lane.
On this Billy Hardwick 44.
The Hardwick just got harder for Tomas.
With that loft again, here it comes. And Kroll's picking up steam.
That's good booger. Good booger. Nice double there for Kroll. Watch the loft right here. You know, it's a good thing he's not like 6'5", right? Because, I mean, he wouldn't have any room.
Last week in Route 2. A title in Indiana. Spare, back-to-back strikes, and an 8 spare. for Boog. He'll be a first-time PBA Tour champ. Come on over.
Ooh.
Sorry, I've got plans.
No, wait. Oh, a little short pin.
No, I've got plans, okay? Covers.
And let's go down to the floor with Dino Castillo.
Boog's going to have some trouble. He's got to figure a way to either throw over it or just spin it to the front. So it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to this left lane. I think they got the right down pretty good, but this left lane is going to be...
Thing factor, the Terminator.
Oh, see it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, it's right.
1, 2, 4.
Man, that come wide. Any wider.
Yeah, it could have been 0.
She said 15-pound ball.
And all he had to do was get that one in the floor and make it go Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Although he has some experience with Brooklyn today, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Not intentionally.
No.
36-10.
And just now believes in his abilities. And that 6th at the U.S. Open that we talked about served as validation that he belongs, that he can be here, that he can win. Right now with the lead. Kevin Williams chatting with him. Great friends. Kalka.
36-10.
That ball's super responsive down lane for Tomas. And getting back to the deterioration of the oil pattern, our height game thus far today, 244, that was in our first match. This is bowling's version of Survivor.
Cover for Kalka.
Uh-oh. It looked left, and it was. Fortunate just to leave the 4-pin.
And covers. NASCAR race day from Las Vegas is coming up next here on FS1. Everybody's looking for help to deal with this. Kroll knew it. He knew it right away. One of his best.
I mean, I think it's just so crazy why, you know, and that's what the tour reps' jobs are. Remember, they work with their entire staff, and, you know, these ball companies, these manufacturers have pretty big staffs, especially when it's a Brunswick and they have so many different brands. But Storm's got a big staff, and Motive's got a big staff. And these tour reps they're part of the process, and they're involved with every player. You see Dino giving advice to both Kroll and Tomas. Big shot here, can increase the lead to 27 here in the 8th frame.
And it comes on the left. Kroll belongs in almost Brooklyn.
No, that's Brooklyn. Oh, goodness. The same ball that was so down lane reactive, and this time it's got nothing on it.
Second place gets $15,000. Top prize $25K. And that's Kalka's best of the day.
And I think you really have to feel for O'Neal, right? I mean, this guy got beat by some Brooklyns and a nosediver, made some quality shots down the stretch. That ring and 10-pin forces OT, and I mean,
Then you missed it at the bottom.
And Sean may rest in peace. Sean passed away on his own birthday. That was the day that David married his wife, Hazel.
He's
got a tattoo in Sean's honor on his arm. And he said all of this run is in honor of Sean Swanson, his love for the sport. He bowls doubles with Kevin Williams, who he was visiting with earlier, and David Boog Kroll.
There it is right there, just needs pins.
He lived life in Brooklyn some, but Boog is a first-time PBA champion, and there's no apology needed for that.
Way today, and you have to have that to win on the tour.
He won 3 PBA regionals last year.
That's it.
David Kroll is your Delaware Classic champion, and Boog is a first-time PBA champ. The 2024 PBA season continues in 2 weeks with PBA All-Star Weekend. 3 straight days of PBA coverage beginning Friday, March 15th with the All-Star Skills Showdown 6 Eastern on FS1. Coming up next, NASCAR race day in Las Vegas. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Press, our entire crew, I'm John Fanta. David Boog Kroll is your Delaware Classic champion. You've been watching the PBA on FS1.